Hello, and welcome back to our series on compassion fatigue. My name is Jennifer Houts. I'm one of the counselors with Ascension Employee Assistance Program. In our last sessions, we've been talking about what exactly is compassion fatigue and what are some of the signs and symptoms that we might see. Today, we're going to continue our discussion on what can we do if we have some symptoms of compassion fatigue. And I've invited Shelly Maxwell, who is also a counselor with Ascension Employee Assistance, to be with us today. Welcome, Shelly.
Thanks, Jen. It's great to be here.
Thank you. So I think from our last session, some people might be saying, ooh, I think I might have some symptoms of compassion fatigue. Are you seeing more distress in healthcare workers right now?
Yeah. Job responsibilities are changing so much. The protocols are constantly changing. We've been learning a lot over the last couple of months on what's needed and what is helpful to patients, but there's still a large demand as things shift. So our healthcare workers are certainly experiencing the burnout.
So do you think some people are maybe more susceptible to burnout or to just fatigue than others?
Yeah, some of it's personality. Some of it is, I work with clients, I even see it in my own daughter, just being more sensitive. You can feel a lot more exposed. But work culture has a huge part of it when we are being asked to do more and more, and we don't feel the permission to say, can that wait, or can somebody else do that? That can contribute as well. And then sometimes we have a very high work ethic where we want to do more and more, or do it a little bit more perfectly than necessary. So there's a variety of things that can impact burnout in the workplace.
Right. I mean, obviously people were attracted to a helping profession for a reason, right?
Exactly.
All right, so when you're working with someone who's struggling a bit with some compassion fatigue, what do you recommend for them?
Yeah, well, one of the first things I tell them is we can't get away from the fact that we're an organism, right? So Maslow's hierarchy of needs, drinking water, making sure we're getting enough sleep. And sleep hygiene is huge. When we start to get burnt out, there's less hours in the day. So work is consuming us, home life, and we're typically taking it away from our sleep time. So trying to bring in more sleep. Exercise is so important. We release so many endorphins when we're exercising. It helps us shift perspective and feel calmer again, helps us to problem solve better. And then protein. So the waters, because we get very dehydrated when our body is ramping up to perform at a very high, consistent level. So the water for dehydration, staying away from caffeine because that makes us more irritable and agitated. Protein because it stabilizes our blood sugars and gives us long-term energy. And then, like I said, the sleep and the exercise. So that's the first part. And then after the person's got that going a bit, because we've got to set your body up to succeed first before we can talk about any of the mental or emotional. And so typically doing those four things really helps, even emotionally and mentally. But then we start talking about boundaries and delegating. So I call it the B's and the D's. And that's a little bit more of the counseling, is how do we have these conversations with our managers, with our loved ones and family members, trying to figure out what might need to come off the plate, maybe redirecting or redistributing work responsibilities. And so having those meaningful conversations. And a lot of my clients are so nervous about how the manager or family member is going to react. And the majority of the time, my clients are met with a lot of support and gratitude that they actually shared how they were feeling.
Oh, that's good to hear. Great. If you or someone close to you is struggling with some signs of compassion fatigue, please reach out to your employee assistance program. We're here to help. We can offer short-term counseling and resource referral. We're here and available to support you. And I hope you tune in for the rest of our sessions on compassion fatigue. Thank you.